Oh, okay, I'm recording now. Alright, so welcome everyone. I will share screen right now. Welcome everyone to yeah. Okay, so I will not know who is talking once I share screen. So if anyone is here or you see any newcomers, just share with them the slide. I'll put it here, the link. Okay. Yeah, you can click into the link and then you can go and yeah, alright. So I will share screen. Please unmute yourself if you have any question, okay? So I think thank you everyone for attending our May meeting. Unfortunately, today is not that many people. I assume that many of us are having exam. But still, no, even though we have exam, and very glad that all of you are still very committed, which is good. And I will send the recording of this to those that didn't attend. Alright, so before we start, let's do a simple check-in. And the question is use the weather to describe your mood. So last time we have WW and EBI, right? And one of the EBI is say that we need to have someone to record it down, like do me a meeting minutes. So can I have someone, like anyone from the people? Yeah. Who wants to be? Hui Ming, Su Ming, Wei Jing, Ming Hui, or Ying Yu? Anyone wants to be my meeting taker, minute taker? Okay, if not, then I will assign, alright? Ming Hui, can you help me to do it?
Me taker, yeah?
Yes.
Or
Okay, alright,
okay.
cool. So we'll have 1 minute of thinking time and then we will share, okay? So 1 minute, start now. Okay, so time's out. Anyone would like to share first? Let me see. Okay, my mic got problem and can't talk. Okay, so it's fine. Assuming you can type. Right, so anyone would like to share? Hui Ming, maybe you can start first because you're the first one in my screen.
Oh, okay. Weather.
Mm.
Weather. Cloudy lor.
Cloudy. Why?
Cloudy probably because the weather very nice, very comfortable, but also not the sunny day because need to prepare for exam lor.
Mm.
So need to juggle operation and exam at the same time. Yeah, but now because I don't have meeting anymore, I closed my meeting already last week. So I'm not very busy with meeting, but I need to continue with operation and exam.
Okay.
Yeah, not so tired.
Yes, okay. Hi, Hui Ming. Okay, next I will have Sumi. Sumi, have you finished typing already? Okay. Hi, Roger. Oh wait. Okay, so we'll have who is this? Wei Jing. Wei Jing first. Wei Jing.
Okay, so my mood will be cloudy also because my area now is really cloudy and going to rain soon. So maybe like later going to stay in room. So Wei Jin check it.
Hi, Wei Jing. Hi, Roger. We are doing check-in. So the check-in question is use one weather to describe your mood, current mood. Okay. So Ming Hui, you are next.
Yeah, I think right now is stormy because a lot of things happening and like I just come back from replacement class. Luckily I'm on time. Yeah, and a lot of things to do, a lot of tests, a lot of assignment, and yet like the operation is also on fire, so very stormy lah. I mean I'm checking in.
Hi, Ming Hui. Okay, so we have Ying Yu.
Okay, so for me it's also storming. Like we are having an exam like next week, so a lot of things need to do and still having assignment. So yeah, so and still need to like uh running the operation as well. So yeah, I'm Gigi, I'm checking in.
Hi, Ying Yu. Okay, so we have Suming.
And
Yeah, we have Suming here. Suming say mine is thunderstorming because last week I rushed for my research assignment and all group teammates like sucks, rush like hell. Haha. Finally, I'm done. Okay, you need to say checking in, Suming. You need to type checking in. Checking in, okay. Alright, alright. Okay, then we have Roger. Pattern, yeah, she's always has a lot of pattern. Okay, Roger, are you typing or you're talking? Alright, it's fine. I will start first and then we will let Roger to finish, okay? So my current mood, I think I will use I think my current mood is actually like um, the the weather where after the rain stop like it's very chill and then it like windy at the same time it's not like raining or what. Yeah, I think my current mood would be that because like just finish performing review in Penang and then like it was a very hectic week for the past few days. So I think right now it's finally I can really settle down and start to list down what are the things and making sure that things are starting to be on track again. So I think that's why like right now I'm quite chill. So I'm Kalais, I'm checking in. Okay, so Roger, we have you the last one. Is she lagging or what?
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, we can hear. Okay, we can't hear now. Unpredictable. Okay. Hi, Fraser. So, yeah, you need to tell us what is your mood right now with the weather. Okay, unpredictable is your mood, is it? Or because sometimes high, sometimes low? Maybe you say. Sometimes sunny, then suddenly rain. Okay. Being emotional roller coaster. Okay. Then you need to say checking in. Now it's sunny. Oh, nice. Good that you are in a sunny mood right now. Hi, Roger. Okay, Fraser, you are the last one.
Wow, that's nice. My mood would be a storm because exams are coming very soon, like this Friday and next Wednesday. Then yeah, that's why storm. Yeah, I'm Fraser checking.
Hi, Fraser. Wow. Okay, so a lot of people are in stormy and raining, and only me and Roger is quite chill. Our sunny and chilling day. So let's don't worry. Then we can work together. Okay. So presenting to you the agenda of today, so you can see we are slightly behind after the check-in, and then after that we have like what we usual. We will have like spaces for us to discover like what will be like how can we live better in terms of ourselves and also the team, and then also we'll have the IGV updates of identify what is your LC progress right now. Then we also talk about what is next after this in the upcoming 2 weeks, what we are gonna do for the next 1 month, what is our focus, and we also have like updates of the news. last but not least, consulting space and WWEBI. Okay, so we will have Ming Hui to help me to type down, and then for those that are late or you have members that are not able to attend, then they can refer to the slide. And before we start, right, I just want to ask you a few questions. I just want to ask you a few questions about how do you feel right now at this moment. And I can see that just now from the check-in, most of you are feeling quite emotional, unstable, and or like being very rushed. And then a lot of you mentioned about operation, which I totally understand because I felt that as well during my when I was in LC. So I think most of you will feel like you don't have enough time. Like just now, Suming also mentioned that doing a lot of assignment, and then final exam is coming soon, and also like operation still needs to go on, and definitely most of you feel that it's not enough time. And also like I'm not sure, maybe it's just my assumption, but I maybe some of you also felt a little bit low motivation, as like there's a huge gap between the goal and achievement. Maybe there's in terms of like your academic side, like you cannot prioritize, or there's the teammates. I want to say teammates are not understanding, or there's no good synergy between you and your group mate in terms of assignment or operation as well. And also a lot of you are having an exam coming soon, next week, this week, and all of you needs to, I understand that as you are not a full-time Isaacer, you are also a full-time student, so you need to focus on your exam as well, and there's still a lot of things needs to do. And also I hope that you doesn't feel this, but maybe some of you also feel that that's all we can do right now, like looking at the time that we left, and also looking at the gap that we left still have, then that's all that we can do. And member cannot fully commit, and as a leader of this organization, of the department, you feel that you cannot force them to do anything. And what I want to say that I totally understand about this, and how do you actually feel about this way. And however, I don't know, like sometimes we always think that this is so as far as we can do right now. This is as much as we can do. This is the role that I can really play right now. I cannot play anymore. However, the question that for me myself, I also feel the same a lot of time. But I always wonder, like, I will ask myself this question, like, who is the one that making the judgment of how small is small and how big am I supposed to go? So, like, who is the one that define the measurement of small or big role that I can play, and what does all this actually means? And with this, right, there's this Nelson Mandela quote that I really feel connected to, is that he mentioned this before. He said that there's no passion to be found playing small in settling for a life that is less than one that you are capable of living. So what does this really means is that when you have a passion, right, don't play small in doing doing what you once love to do, and you are capable of doing more than you imagine. Yeah. So like I went to Penang performance review, and for me it's very surprising. And there's this moment when they are defining their goal for winter, right? There's this one director, she was crying, and she said that because because she's afraid of like how much she can do, and how like she doesn't feel she's capable of doing that. However, like really I think this is something that we always think small of ourselves, and we don't really able to think that we can do that. Okay, so the question is for you all is that, are you living a life less than one you are capable of? Yeah. And what more are you capable in your life that you can do in your for yourself, and that is what I consider to be playing big as opposed to playing small. So what is the things that keep holding you back, and how can you live more and as your true self? So be confident in what you are capable of doing, and confident in exploring your passion. So there's a few questions that I would like to share with you, and I think this is a very good question for you to actually share with your member as well, and or your director, when they are doubting on how much I can do, especially at this moment of time. It is very crucial because you have a lot of things going on in your plate. You have exam, you have operation, and you might also have something in your personal life as well. So playing small or playing big, it is something that you can decide. And how can you really decide is there are a few getting questions that you can follow. So the first one is, it's supposed to go one by one. It's fine. So the first one is what is your real purpose? So when you always need to reflect back on why you want to apply for this role, why you apply for this position at the beginning, in 4 months or 5 months ago. What do you want to strive for? What makes you happy? And this is, I think all of you have the answer in yourself that you want to go for it. Okay, that's why you apply for this position. And the question is you always need to remind yourself on what is your real purpose of in this position right now, and how clear are you about your purpose? Then second question, after you identify what is your real purpose, which is why you are applying for this role, the question that you need to ask yourself is how are you living up to your purpose? What are you really doing right now to be in alignment with your purpose, your intention of applying this role, your intention of being where you are right now, and how do you make it an effort, a deliberate effort to being a part of your daily life. In all your daily action, regardless of doing what, waking up, when you wake up, what is in your mind, how do you actually, what are the action that you take in your daily life, are you living up to the ultimate of your purpose? And if you don't make it part of your daily life, I would say that you are actually playing a small role in your life right now. And the third question is, are you living passionately? Is that, do you really make sure that the things that matters in your life are also playing a very big role in your daily life? For example, if a lot of you always mention that, in your election, because I actually, if you believe it, I actually read through most of all of your application for VP, for this role, and you mentioned that, a lot of you mentioned that you want to develop personal development, or youth development, or one of your passion, the things that you really wants to get out from the experience is development, leadership development. So my question is that, do you really make sure that what the things that matter, which is the leadership development that you want to strive for, is really playing a big role in your daily life as well? And do you find any ways to live your passion? If yes, then it's good. But if it's no, then that is a small role that you are playing right now. So the moving on is that, do you actually take any action on the things that matter to you? So a lot of time when we always ask ourselves I know what is my purpose. I think I am living I know what matters to me. However, when you identify that, I know what's my purpose, but I'm not taking an active action. So the next question that you need to ask yourself is what are the action that you need to take? If you really want to follow your passion, or want to stand out for the things that is really important for you in your life, are you doing it? And what are the action that you want to take? It can be small, it can be big, but you need to make sure that you are taking an active role in that. And if you are taking action in some way, how are you putting it into a daily action? If not, then you are playing small. Then you also need to ask yourself that, are you getting out of your comfort zone in pursuing of your passion and purpose? And this is something that really crucial to you right now. Because like right now is the time that a lot of things is happening, and most of us will give up. This is a very normal thing, because in human mind we are naturally we always see negative easier than positive thing. So when we see that, oh, there's a lot of bottleneck, there's a lot of obstacles in front of me, there's a lot of challenges in front of me, the first thing that we think of is that, all right, I will just that's all I can do. That's I cannot do anything else already. I already did my best. This is a very normal thing that our mind will persuade us to give up. So the question is, are you really getting out of your comfort zone? Are you really doing all you can do, the best that you can do in pursuing your passion and purpose? In doing for example, you say you have a lot of operation and your members are not committing. So as a leader, what are you doing right now that really getting out of your comfort zone to make sure that the leadership development is happening? The things that really care, like members development, the things that you care about is really giving their best or not. And last question that I want you to ask yourself is that, do you truly believe in yourself? And I think this is very important, is because like if you don't believe, no matter how many people can motivate you, can feed you with aspiration, or can feed you with a lot of purpose, in the end, if you don't really believe in yourself, then no one else can help you. Because in the end of the day, you're supposed to be the one that tell yourself that I am able to complete and do something for my purpose. And if you are truly believe in yourself, then automatically you will play a huge role in your life. So in the end of the day, it comes down to simply asking yourself every day this question. Waking up, when you wake up, you ask yourself this question. When you sleep, before you sleep, you ask yourself this question: what more could I be doing with this? With the situation that an obstacles that fall upon you in front of you, the question that you can ask yourself is that, what more could I be doing with this? And what am I not doing that I could be? So, like, really, the reason why I want to share this, because I think it is very relevant for the time being. I used to be like that. I was one student as well, and a lot of time I always think that, in this period of time, there's nothing else already. I already did my best. My members don't want to commit. I cannot force them. Operation is too much. I cannot do anything. The time that I left, there's nothing else I can do anymore. However, when I reflect back, right now, I realize that it's not that I cannot do anything. It's I choose not to do. Because I am afraid of like the things, because I look at the obstacles and I don't believe in myself can overcome it. So that point of time, I realized I'm playing small. I'm holding back my gift, my potential within myself, rather than sharing them. And it's not like, when we talk about playing big, right, it's not about like you can do a lot of things. It's not about like, I want to create strategy, I want to do this thing, I want to do a lot of things that others people are doing. No, it's just simply means that, are you owning your own accomplishment and doing the best that you can, and making sure that you are living your life with passion. And I really hope that in the end of the day, you are not, when in end of July, right, when you reflect back, the thing that you can tell yourself is that I'm proud of myself, because I did my best already. Because of these two questions that I asked myself, what more could I be doing with this situation? And I came out with the solution. And what am I not doing that I could be? And after identifying it, I do what I can be. Okay? So it's not about whether you are playing big or playing small, but it's about how passionate you are about your life. Okay? So I would like to share this with everyone, and I hope in the upcoming months you can really believe in yourself and overcome all the obstacles that you have. Okay? So before we proceed to next, do you have any questions? Shyly. Yeah, can't hear clearly, really? Is it my voice too? No. Okay. No is you can hear clearly, is it? Oh, yes, okay, just for a while. Alright, okay. Sure, good. So now I can hear. Okay. Alright, then I think that's all for the. I hope you all can, with this, you can lead better in your daily life and also lead better for your team as well. Okay. So moving on, we will go into our IGV in Malaysia May Better. Okay. So as usual, we have updates on your LC progress, and you can see where are you right now. So this is the IGV Master 2 data, where I already extracted the data from XPA in this afternoon. I think it's around 4. Yeah, around 4. So as you can see, this is your current achievement. And congratulations to Isaac in UTP for achieving 90%, and also UNNMC 80%. Woo! And then we also have Isaac in Sunley 81%, Isaac in UMP 95%, and also Isaac in Utah 81% for your approved. Alright, and for those, the rest of the entity, please don't give up. I believe all of us can do more. And yeah, if you have any question or if you have any, you need any support, please don't afraid to approach me. Alright. Then as you can see, as an entity, this is currently our approved goal versus achievement. So currently we already achieved 59%. And the question that we need to ask ourselves is that what can we do more right now to close the gap to 40%, the rest of the 40%. And if you want to see in a more details one, this is the entity result for approved. Why I only updating on the approved is because this month is the month, this period of time, our focus is approved. However, it doesn't mean that we should neglect our realization or we should neglect our applicants as well. Okay, so and also for approved, is because that this is something that we can control. That's why we are updating on here. Okay, so you can see the red color one is your gap, and the blue is the goal and how much you have achieved. So you can see Isaac in UPM, this is your goal, and you can see your gap is actually higher than the achieved. And there are also some of that, like Isaac in KB, your goal, your gap is also higher than your achieved one. And we also have Isaac in TU. So if you have any question, please approach me, and also JB as well, right? And see you in coaching. Okay. So that is for the entity updates. And we have, as we all know, in IGV we don't just have one customer; we have 2 customers. So one is youth, and another one is our enablers. So enablers is very important, is because it's one of the way to ensure that our project can and our product can be more sustainable, because they will help us in terms of developing and also measuring our impact. So as you can see, this is our our scoreboard for enable side, and we have UTP and TU haven't filled in your gap and also your actual. So why is it so important for us to know? It's because we want to make sure that we can provide the right supports to you. If you don't update it, we couldn't know what is happening, and we cannot review and we cannot provide the right support. Okay, and the thing that I want to highlight here is that a lot of us are having still have a huge gap in enables, and I'm not sure what is. That's why I want to open this space to understand more, because I know that not everyone actually updates this tracker. So the question that like here I just want to ask what is the key I want to ask about where are you right now in securing your enables and what is the key bottlenecks that you face in securing the enables. Okay, maybe we can have one by one. So for UNMC, I would like to know, especially in the financial part, because the thing is that as you can see that we have a huge growth currently right now in as a whole for ISAT Malaysia, IGV, and IGV has always had this problem in terms of financial sustainability to make sure our product is profitable. So with this huge growth of like applicants in this huge growth of customers coming to Malaysia, so it will become a huge burden for our product as well. So that's why I want to ask like what is the progress of securing financial partners, and you can also update me on your school and also maybe your learning partners as well. So please maybe you can start from UNMC, then we can move on to the rest. So Fraser, is there like what is your progress in securing your enablers right now?
For financial partner,
Mm-hmm.
actually we just very recently, like a few hours ago, we just got confirmation by Steven that we have secured 3,000 ringgit from our city council in Semenyih. So that's good news for us. And then I think I haven't updated here yet. I think Steven will, like the IGVEE department, will update it very soon. Then for learning partner, I believe we have contacted and we have like just we are currently in the and like how do you say like we have the learning partners that we need so far. Yeah, so that shouldn't be a problem. Once all the engagements are done, we should be able to achieve what we want the LP goal. Then the schools are the goal for the schools 20 and currently achieved is around 4 only. The school, our exam period, and like we are still securing some schools. Like we go like one week at least five or six schools to try to secure them, and we will have like a period after our exam before our organization to secure more schools. So I think it's a challenge for us now for schools. So that's our biggest problem right now, which is how do we secure so many schools within such a short period of time. We still have like 1 month until our first realization. So yeah.
Okay, so yeah, for the school, right? What is the main problem? Is it that you don't have enough prospect for the school, or like the school actually reject you, or yeah?
It's a bit of an internal issue because I believe like we didn't have enough time, like we didn't put in enough effort beforehand before our exam period to really secure schools. So that's why we are kind of in a rush right now. That's the first reason. Second reason is how do you say, like some schools like cold calling and like sending emails are not working. That's why we changed our method to more physical engagements. Like sure, we go out to the office and talk to the principals. It works better that way. Yeah.
Okay. For all your project, right, minimum how many school you need to secure? Minimum is 20 is the minimum, or this is just your goal?
20 is our goal. Minimum, it's around 12.
12. Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you. And then we can have like next will be Hui Ming.
Yeah. Actually, I'm not really clear.
How about your financial partners side? Do you need financial partners to sustain your project? And then
Yes, my project out of 6, I think 4 needs financial partner. Only 2 of them can sustain themselves without getting financial partner. Then already got one for the one lead financial partner, but that one is how to say with our effort we need to help the financial partner to sell the things. Then the more things we sell, then the earning is go to us.
Mm-hmm.
So otherwise directly get money not really. They try YB but YB rejected them.
Okay. How much gap of the financial that you need?
Total
I mean the gap to make sure that your at least
financial partner
for your project to be break even.
break even.
Mm.
Let me see. I know the amount only, but I don't know how many financial. Alex replied me already. The
Mhm.
roadblocks is too many enablers for Go lah. Set too many enabler already, and but enabler take time to reply or follow up with us.
Okay.
Mm.
Alright. Okay. Cool. Then we can have next will be UPM. Okay, for the rest, right, if you cannot speak, you can just type it, then we can know. Like, just want to know where is your progress in securing enables, especially for school and also the financial partners, and what will be your bottleneck in that, securing that, okay? So for Wei Jing, Roger, are you typing or you are talking? For KP, okay. Then Minghui, maybe you can share first.
Okay, so for financial partner, we aim to secure one, but actually we did offer by the youth today, but somehow it's like complication there, and tell us we didn't accept the 3 offers they offer us. And now we are still actively finding financial partner. We have 4 members to follow up from there. And the local, the learning partner, actually I think we already secure 4. Just that there is another 2 that is not so confirming yet. Like we are still securing, like to really ensure that they really want to form partnership with us. And for the school, it's like the list that we need is 5, and now we secure 2, and there's also another 2 members who are actively follow up from there. Like we also think that cold calling and emailing is not that effective, so we also like to find time to have physical meetup with the principal or the penolong or something like this. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, for UPN, is school already secure for all the project, but financial, we're only applying for IM for you. Local partners are also all secure already. Good. Bottleneck will be lacking on manpower as only 1 member plus 1 VP under experienced department to handle for Paybox and NCR. Okay, so for your financial partners, right, is it enough if you can get IM for you, or you still need more for UPM? Yeah, is will be enough. Okay, so is for the possibility to get it, is it high or low? We got it for last winter. Okay, so hopefully should be okay. Good. How about Utah?
So basically for Utah, so far we doesn't have learning partner and financial partner yet.
Like no learning partner and no financial partner?
Yeah, so far I think.
Okay. So and
cause I'm still new, so I need to ask my VP first.
Okay.
But so far what I know is like we doesn't have school partner and learning partner and financial partner.
Alright. Okay. Never mind, I'll follow up. Like once you get the updates from your director or your VP, please get back to me, okay? Oh,
Oh, okay.
okay. Right. Oh, what happened? Okay. Then we can move on to TU and this is and KP. So what is happening? Okay. So for TU, KP.
For TU side, I just updated the two, but then for financial partner wise, we already got two financial partners. Learning partner wise, we have one, and the rest are still under discussion, so haven't fully secured. They are not very sure if they want to partner with us yet, so that's still the next up.
Okay, so for the learning partner, for the financial partner part, is it enough to sustain your project?
We haven't got enough to fully like sustain the project yet. So we are still sourcing for more, but we have already secured two.
Okay, good. Okay, so for KB is we secure 2 learning partners, and for school we are in the progress of securing. For school, you are still in the progress of securing for Project MILC, is it? Is that what you mean? Yes, okay. So financial partner, you're still in progress. Process has started our station. Can contact with her now. All right. So please, for this right, after this, please update it, and at the same time, don't forget to update your CRM Podio, because it is not aligned. Like what I can see from here, the scoreboard, and also from the CRM Podio is not the same. So please update your CRM Podio, because it's also very important for us to know like what is the negotiation happening, and how whether the JD alignment is happening or not, or the MOU, is it any parts are still missing, and how can we do better. All right. Okay, so there's no question, then we'll move on. So as you can see here, is that the highlighting LC and also the alarming LC, and we also have it is separated into enable experience and youth experience. So please do update, especially for enable experience side. We really need everyone's proactiveness to update, so that we can know what is happening on the ground. Because as MC, right, when we want to evaluate or we want to provide support and we don't know what is happening, it's very hard for us to know what kind of support that we can provide. Okay, and congratulations to those highlighting LC. Alright, so what is next is that looking at the progress that is happening right now, there's a few things that I really want to share with everyone, so that we know like how can we move forward, what is the way forward from here. So the thing is, like currently there's not much attraction ready, and I think everyone are aware of this, and a lot of entities are stopping attraction as they want. Not many entities are still doing promotion for OGV anymore. So what we can do is our call to action will be convert all your accept to approve. Currently, as you can see, as ISEM Malaysia as a whole, we have 1,200 accept, yet we only convert 552 of them. So the conversion is very low, it's 45% only. So I want to understand what is the challenges in converting the remaining 55%, and what can we do to convert them. Because to convert accept to approve is something that we can control. How are we actually approaching our customers to make sure, because once they accept, right, means that they are interested to go for our product, our project. But what is stopping us to make sure that is like confirming them coming to Malaysia. So like maybe if you have any thoughts on this, maybe you can share. I'll open to 1 to 2 people to share like what is the challenges that they face in converting the remaining 55%. Anyone would like to share? Oh, we can log into the CRM Podio. Okay.
So I want to share one thing. Because I found this is very distracting.
Mm-hmm.
Because like the thing is,
when we do interview, right, we already tell the EPs that we must have a 42 days of exchange. And that time they said they are available. But then after a set, they suddenly say, oh, they need to go back to school earlier because they have school open early or like they have school events. So they say they can only do like 4 weeks or 5 weeks of exchange.
Mm-hmm.
So we need to, so we reject them. Like there's quite a lot already, so sound very distracting. Yeah.
Okay. So is the expectation setting part, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So from there, right, is it a majority of them or is just a minority of them?
It's like out of 10 or 2 or 3, it's already considered as a lot.
Okay. So how about the 7 of it? The rest of the 7? Like beside this, is there any problems, challenges?
Other than that, it's like they are like accepted into few projects at once, and then like some of them they'll choose other project, or some of them they'll choose ours, and it really depends on the mood.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How about others? Beside this, like the one that Ming Hui mentioned, anyone has different challenges in converting accept to approve? But some country OGV are very lazy and low response to us. So which are the entity? So you know that we have an EP tracker, right? So if there's an entity that they didn't respond, please put it there and tag me so that I know that someone actually update it and I can actually send it to the sending entity. Okay? Right. And also like please also one thing that I want to remind everyone is that don't set quota for your EPs. For example, like this quota is I can accept how many EP from this certain entity, because in the end of the day, our value proposition, the things that we promise to provide to our customer, is not that you're gonna have diversity. It's we promise to provide you leadership development. So it's not fair for us as an organization that say that we are striving for peace and fulfillment of humankind potential and we don't discriminate. However, in our action, we are actually discriminating certain entity. Right? So this is something that I really hope is not the things that is stopping us to convert all our accept to approve. Because I noticed that some of you have a lot of accept from certain entity, and in the end of the day, you only approve a few of them. Okay, so this is just something that I want to remind everyone here. And for the OGV not responsive, if they are not responsive, please update the EP tracker and tag me there so I can send it out email for them. All right, and also for the EP timeline not fit, when you are starting before you start the interview or when you are engaging with your EPs, please state it very clearly on this is the things that this is the timeline and you need them to commit from this period to this period. Bold it, highlight it, and tell them that you will only accept their interview or if they are able to commit to this 6 week. Okay? Yes. Cool. And for the EPs are accepted into few projects and will choose to approve with one based on their mood. If they already approved, right? Then if you see that also like for this right, please change the opening, because like once you have a lot of accept and most of them are not converting to your approve, then your openings will actually show that it's not enough, no more already. So for this right, you can increase your opening. So like on YOP, it still show your opportunity, and more EP can apply. Okay. Good. Cool. Okay. Any else that we didn't cover for the challenges and what can we do? Okay. So I assume no. Then we'll move forward with the next is also Approved Mania. So if you compare why we want to have Approved Mania again, is because if you compare to the last 2 weeks with previous week, we actually have 100% of growth compared to last 2 weeks because of one of the strategy that we have, which is the Approved Mania, which is why in the coming week we will have 2 more Approved Mania. One is Indonesia and another will be MOC. So this weekend we will have Approved Mania with them. So please, my expectation to you all is to be ready with the interviewer and arrange sufficient talent capacity to conduct the interview. So you only need to have like just have 30 minutes maximum for the interview. And for this one, right, what will be the suggestion? Like, I know some of you are saying that, oh, I'm in exam and then I don't have enough people. Please don't restrict to only IGB people to conduct the interview. One of the good case practice from Utah is that they actually get people that are not from IGB to conduct the interview, as long as the interviewer know how to conduct interview. So because you already have the scorecard, right? The one that we provide, everyone, I think you are aware of the scorecard of the interviewer. You just need to ensure that they know what is the flow and what are the questions that they need to ask. So they can just conduct the interview and they can key in down all the answer there. And for you, as you can be the final person to screen through the answer of the interviewee and provide give the result of the interviews. Okay, so like for example, Utah, they even get their LCP to conduct the interview. So it is okay. Please be flexible and discuss with your members and also your entities. Like maybe they can also provide some members for you to conduct interview. Especially, it is a very good platform for salespeople to know like how to conduct interview, and also it's good for their sales pitch as well. All right. So we will inform you more updates on what is the time and day. The only thing that I can confirm right now is it will be in weekend and most probably will be at night. So it's around like 7 to 9 like that. Okay, and I will give you the update as soon as possible in these 2 days. All right. So this will be the Approved Mania. Okay, and last thing that is there any question for the Approved Mania? This is for local or national project. So I think it will be more on for local project, because for national project we are actually almost like there's not much slot for national project, so this will be covered on local project. Okay, cool. Is there any question? Great. All right, so last thing that I would like to highlight is that it is time for us to work as a collaborative network. So what does it mean is that a lot of us are, I know some of the entities already have enough applicants and some of you don't have, there's still a huge gap in applicants and also converting to accept and approve. So what do I mean by here to work as a collaborative network is that if you see your entity has enough applicants, or you already have enough approved, you are achieving your approved goal already, and you have extra applicants, please recommend all these available EPs to others entities project. All right, you already know what are the project that is available. We have the search tool, so don't straight away just reject your EPs. Provide them some option on what are the others available project in Malaysia as well. Because in the end of the day, we are not just working for IZ in ABC or IZ in CDE. We are working together as IZ in Malaysia for our nation, to build a united nation. In the end of the day, the impact that we want to create is not just for like maybe Penang community or just Kedah community or Petaling Jaya community. It's for Malaysia itself. So if you have extra applicants, or maybe you have accepted EPs that in the end you feel like, oh, my project is already enough approved, and you can recommend them to others project as well in Malaysia. All right, really hope everyone can work together right now, as we always say our hashtag IGV for AM 2017, and I really hope that it's not just a hashtag that we always use, it's really can translate into action as well. Okay? So can I have everyone comment on this? Alright. Okay, yay! Okay, so then we are moving into the last thing before we go into the news is the MOS. So I believe everyone are very are aware of this new MOS. So if you are not aware, the MOS means measurement of success. Okay, so previously we always, how do we measure the success of us as an organization is we use number of realization, and with this the new MOS that we will use in the next summer is complete, number of complete. So as you can see here, what does it mean by number of complete is that we will use number of realization and with the number of standard that we fulfill. So in overall, how are we going to measure the number of complete is that we will use number of realization plus the standards. We need to fulfill all 16 standards. So the possible only, like in this 16 standard, we can only miss 2. And 2 is from these 4, which is arrival pickup, working hour, support on first day, and also departure support. Okay, so these are the 4 things that we are like the option that we can miss. And from these 4, you can only miss out maximum 2 of it. Okay, and when are we if you can see here, this is number of standards fulfilled. So these are the 4 standards that we can miss out, and from these 4 you can only miss out 2. And why I want to bring this up in this space is because next month, starting from next month, we will have a lot of realization happening, and with this it's very important to make sure that we understand how does this standard works and how does this MOS work, because if we don't understand, it will actually cause a huge impact on us as an organization for to measure our success. And for this, right, I will give you a short demo on how can you actually analyze your standards right now. So if you are aware, you can actually go to the analytics here. If you go to XBAR, this will be your analytics. Then you come into standard analytics, right? So here is your opportunity committee. So maybe I want to see Utah University. Okay, it's a bit not. So if you can see here, this will be the outlooks of the EPs. So as an EP, I will actually receive emails or a survey after I finish my realization. Okay, so in this survey, this will be the things that I need to choose whether do I receive this or not. So it will be a survey. Okay, and how do we actually measure it? And this is the way we will measure. So if I check university, okay, then I can see, let's say I choose Utah because they have they start to have realization. So for this Utah, right, this EP community, if you want to see maybe you have EP from Vietnam, then you can put Vietnam, okay? Or you have EP from certain sending entity, then you can put it here. But if you don't want to put it, you just want to see a general one, you can leave it blank, okay? Then you can choose the time scale. So I will click apply, GV. Then I will see this is the survey form already. So for now, you can already see what is the deliverable of your standard. So how do we actually analyze it is, you can see total for Utah, they already have 7 realization. And in this 7 realization, we have 2 of them already fill in the standards for visa and work permit. Okay, and one of them say that they received these standards already, and another one say that they didn't receive yet. So this is where you can actually see how many of your EP already start to fill in and how many of them haven't filled in yet. Okay, and currently we are not this standard is for us to analyze, and we'll start officially start to measure it on the 1st of August. Okay, And what are the things that the EP is gonna, how do they fill in, is based on the question that we ask them. So the EP the system will actually show a list of questions and they need to answer yes or no. So this will be the question that they will ask. So the question will ask them, for example, visa and work permit. And they will ask you, do you get the document required to get your visa or work permit? So they will answer yes or no. Then they will also ask that, do you set personal goal at the beginning of your experience? So they will yes or no. So the thing is, it will not show you, they won't say like, for sending entity from your hosting entity, did they provide you the documents or not? So you have to be the one to facilitate this experience. Okay, you have to set expectation with them, remind them on how do they actually fill in this survey form. Okay, so when are we gonna ask them to fill in this survey form? Is that right now all of these survey forms are accessible in the platform from Approve, except for S9 and S6. Okay, standard 9 and standard 6, because this will only happen after they finish realization. Okay, and when are they going to receive? It's 2 weeks after end realization date, and the EP will get emails encouraging them to fill in the survey in order to get certificate. Okay, so once the EP like in these 2 weeks, if they still didn't fill in, then it will automatically perceive as no. Then you will not get the number of realization. However, during the period of their realization, they can already start to fill in. Okay, and this is the 2 weeks after the end realization. And once they end it, then if they didn't fill in, then it will automatically become 0. Okay, and like the EPs will have to fill in this survey for them to get the certificate. Okay. So as you can see, this is the standards delivery. And my question is to you all is that, what is your plan right now to ensure that all the standards can be delivered? Okay, how are you going to facilitate your EPs? What are the communication that is going to happen, conversation that is happening in your to your members, to your entities, and also to your EPs, to make sure that everyone are aware of these changes and they are equipped with themselves with the right knowledge and skills to make sure that they can provide the standards to the EPs. Okay, so with this, I have a few tips for you to know like what kind of how you can do to make sure that you can get 100% standard fulfillment. So for ICX, this is us. So before you open the form, which what are the things that you can do to fulfill the standard 10, 11, 12, 13 is to meet with your opportunity provider. So in this way, right, how can you track is that you should actually because when you meet with your opportunity provider, it can be if you as an entity you are running a P-box, then you are the opportunity provider. So you need to make sure that all your opportunity includes JD, working hours, and duration, and you need to make sure that when your EP are here, you need to fulfill that. Okay, and during Approve, what are the standards that you can fulfill is you need to have a post-approval meeting. So what does it mean is that after approve, maybe you can have a meeting with your EPs to make sure that you actually send them, they have the knowledge of the basic living cost. You can send them a booklet, or you can have a meeting with them. Accommodation booklet, they know what are the accommodation that they're gonna have, and also the country and city booklet. So if you have this right, then you will fulfill the standard of 3, 7, 15, 16. Okay, so this is the ICX standard implementation guideline, and you can get it from here. It is accessible in our EIE.EC hub. So you can click and then you can check it out, because it's not just for ICX, it's also covered for OGX. So what are the conversation that you can have with the sending entity to make sure that they also fulfill the standards. Okay, and for here, you can see what are the tips to get 100% standard fulfillment here. So first thing is that you need to make sure you set the expectation about the standard survey, importance, and the timeline of it during the preparation process. So what does it mean is that when you are preparing your before the realization, you need to make sure you communicate this to your members and also to your EPs about these new measurement standards and why is it so important for us to fulfill it. Okay, the survey, for them to fill in the survey as well, and the timeline of it. When do they need check it out, when do they need to fill in. This is very important. Second is during your preparation, it can be in your IPS. You also need before IPS, because your preparation start even before they came to Malaysia, right? So you need to inform your customer about this MPS already, and make sure that not just inform them, make sure that they understand the value of this satisfaction level. It's because we want to use this to improve our service. Okay, and to make this happen, you need to have constant communication with your EP before, during, and even after his or her experience. First, you need to know there's one of the things that needs to happen after the realization end is the debrief with sending entity. So you need to make sure that they actually get this standard as well, because if your sending entity are not fulfilling it, then you won't get the numbers of complete as well. Okay, that's why communicate with your sending entity is very important to make sure that they fulfill the standard as well. Okay, so before we move on, for these standard things, do you have any question? Yes. Yes means you have question, is it? Ming Hui? Oh, the yes is for just now, is it? Okay. No problem. So anyone has any question? Okay. So what do we need from here is that we need you to fill in the standards tracker, because not everyone actually finish filling in. So for Sufei already left some comment in the tracker, so please fill in and refer to this ICX standard implementation as a guideline for you to know like how can you make sure that the implementation is happening. All right. So this is for the standards. So from here, I will give you 2 minutes to fill in what will be your action step that you need to take after knowing all this information from today. Okay, so we'll have 2 minutes for everyone to fill in this. Okay, so I will play some song.
Isn't the best place to find the lovers, so the bar is where I go. Me and my friends at the table doing shots, tripping fast, and then we talk slow. Come over and start up a conversation with just me, and trust me, I'll give it a chance. Now take my hand, stop it, and the man on the jukebox, and then we start to dance. And now I'm singing like, girl, you know I want your love. Your love was handmade for somebody like me. Come on now, follow my lead. I may be crazy, don't mind me. Say, boy, let's not talk too much. Grab on my waist and put that body on me. Come on now, follow my lead. Come on now, follow my lead. I'm in love with the shape of you. Push and pull like a magnet do. Although my heart is falling too. I'm in love with your body. Last night you were in my room. Now my bedsheets smell like you. Every day discovering something brand new. I'm in love with your body. 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 Every day discovering something brand new. I'm in love with the shape of you. We let the story begin. We're going out on our first date. You and me are thrifty, so go all you can eat. Fill up your bag and I fill up the plate. We talk for hours and hours about sweet and sour and how your family's doing okay. And even getting a taxi, kissing the backseat, tell the driver make the radio play. And I'm singing like, girl, you know I want your love. Your love was handmade for somebody like me. Come on now, follow my lead. I may be crazy, don't mind me. Say, boy, let's not talk too much. Grab on my waist and put that body on me. Come on now, follow my lead. Come on now, follow my lead. I'm in love with the shape of you. We push and pull like a magnet do. Although my heart is falling too. I'm in love with your body. Last night you were in my room. Now my bed sheets smell like you. Every day discovering something.
Alright, so like if you haven't filled in, later on please complete it, and then I will use this to see what kind of supports that we can provide, and then also I will, based on this commitment that you set, and I will be tracking on the action step. Okay, so also like look at it, I think a lot of you share the same commitment, so please work together and have conversation on how can you communicate this down to your members. How do you deliver all this information? If you don't know how to deliver, maybe you can also discuss with other entities that how do they deliver this, pass this down to their members as well. Okay, so moving on, we'll have exciting news. So before this, I was checking on the time. So I think that we might need another 10 minutes. So I hope like everyone can, if everyone is okay with the extra 10 minutes, that we might end in 7:15 like that. Okay, is it okay? It's okay. How about the rest? Okay, cool, yay, all right, thank you. So moving on, we'll move into a very exciting thing, because you know, like after summer, it is our winter. So yay! So as you can see, this is our winter timeline, and because why we always have commission meeting in the last week of month is because we want to make sure that we are ready for the coming 1 month, the next 1 month, right? So for the next 1 month in June, it will be the time for us to open form. And why is it we need to open our opportunity so early in June? Is because if you look at the timeline, it tells you everything, right? So one of the reasons why for this summer we are actually growing so much, and it's because we are able to catch up the global timeline, right? Like most of us, we open our opportunity in February, and that is why we are able to catch up and are able to have this growth. And if we want to make sure in winter, we are also able to make it happen. That is why we need to make sure we open our opportunity in June. So if you can see in the realization that we will have for winter, most probably will be in end of November until February. And for that to happen, we need to make sure that we start our approved in July till October. And for that to happen, the OGB side, they need to start to do their recruitment. They need to start their attraction. Attraction from July until September. So if we want to make sure we are able to catch up the promotion time, attraction period, then we need to make sure we have all the opens in June until July. Okay, so which is why we will start our application for open opportunity in 1st of June. Woo! So I will launch the application on next week. So, and however, why I want to bring this in this up to this space is because there is some changes on the application. So as you all are very familiar with the previous project framework that we always use, right? And it's like our project overview, and then we have the schedule and things like that. However, one of the things that is stopping us to move from good into great is that it is time for us to start to measure our impact, right? Like why we have IGV is because we really believe that this product can not just bring impact to our EPs, to our customers, but most importantly, it can actually bring impacts to the community. But what is the impacts that we always talk about? So which is why this is the, I would like to introduce you the project framework that we're gonna use, and it is called DMF framework. So some of you might be curious of what is DMF, like design and monitor like framework. So if you attend RLC, then you probably know that like ISAC Malaysia, we actually participate in this MOI pilot. So MOI is measurement of impact. So for us to know what is our impact, we are using this called the Design and Monitor framework. So this Design and Monitor framework is actually a framework provided by ADB, and it is a tool for us. It is a tool for us to measure result, and the result here is we are referring to the impact. So there is some changes. It's a very concrete framework to see like what is the short-term impact that we want to create and what is the long-term impact that we want to create. So here I will actually share with you a little bit, briefly tell you about what is this DMF thing. And don't worry, in next week we will have a education webinar. And if you couldn't attend because you have exam or what, please ensure there's at least one person from your entities that are able to attend, and they can actually know what is this DMF and deliver down to the rest, okay? And also don't worry, I will also have recording as well. So if you can see, it is actually very similar to the current project framework that we are using for our national project. So our national project, we have Speak Out, COP, and also Cycle for Change. And all these three projects, we are using this DMF. So how do we start is that we will identify what is the problem of what is the problem in that community. And then we also, after that, we'll know why is it happening, why this problem actually exists. So you can see these are the examples for COP, and why are the issues happening. So we, after identify the problems, and also we dig deeper into the root cause of it, then we can create an objective. So this objective will be your project objective. What do you want to achieve in the end of your project? Okay. So after you create your objective, you will have this as your framework to create what will be the activity. So this is the result change. Result change means that it's the result that you want to see, and how do we, performance indicator is how do we measure the result. And data and reporting will be how are we going to collect the indicator and how do we report the indicator. So we will have two, like what I say, with this framework, we can know what is the long term and short term. So for long term, is the outcome that we want to see. So let's say outcome is that we want to reduce the food waste at consumer level in Malaysia. What will be the indicator? Okay, and how do we collect it is through this. And like for this outcome, usually it's a very long term thing. It couldn't, we cannot see a huge changes in a year or maybe 2 years. It can up to like 5 years, 6 years like that. Okay, and then after that, we will break it down into output. So you can see this is the output for COP, and what will be the indicator for this, and how do we collect the data and reporting. Okay, it can be like through survey annually, sign up through assessment weekly. Okay. So after you have the outcome and output, you will have the key activities, and this key activity is a way for us to ensure the activities that we carry out is contributing to the outcome that we want to see. And in order for this key activity to carry out, we need input. So input, it can be your local volunteer, it can be your global volunteer, organizing committee, NGO partners, financial partner, and etc. etc. Okay, and like in every project, not just getting talent, we also need to make sure that it is profitable, it is financially sustainable. So you also need to put in what will be your financial source. So from here you can put like companies funding, public crowdfunding. So what will happen after this is that the call to action for you is please discuss your winter peak goal with your team after this, because we will start the application of winter peak opportunity in first week of June. So the deadline will be until July. So you will have a more details information on after this in this week. Then you will know, we will launch it in the 1st of June, so you can know what is the application process and things like that. So before you start to fill in, you need to discuss with your team on what will be the goal and how many projects that you want to carry out. And also you need to attend the education space for DMF so that you know how do you fill in, how can you fill in the this new framework. And the webinar will happen on 1st of June, 5:30 to 7. So after the webinar, we will launch the application for open form. And then you need to, of course, you need to fill in the application for open opportunity. And lastly is that you need to key in your project budget. So this project budget is the one that the project budget here is for the current, the summer project. So why is it so important? Because we want to evaluate the sustainability of your project and to review on whether is it then we will see what are the advice that we can provide to you for your winter peak. So if you didn't fill in your project budget, unfortunately, you will not fit the criteria to open opportunity for winter. Okay? Clear? Okay. So yeah. Oh, I think we are also okay. So before we move to Q&A, this is just a code that I really want to share with everyone. Like you can see, like in we have so many changes, like even framework we are changing and everything. And this is why I think it's very important for me to share this with you. Is that we are what we repeatedly do. So why we are making all these changes is because we want to make sure that we are constantly improving our process, our product, and our even our experience that we are delivering. And why we want to do all this improvement is because we are always striving for excellence. So if we keep doing what we repeatedly do, and if excellence is something that we keep repeatedly do, then in the end it will not be just an act, it will be a habit already. So we are all striving for excellence. That's why we want to see all these changes happening. Okay. So I'll open this space for Q&A. If you have any question, you can ask in this space. All right. So you'll have 10 minutes of Q&A.
Carla,
Yes.
can I ask, like, is it after May we cannot do approve for the summer project?
No. You can still do approve, of course. Don't worry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It's just that our
And
the open form for June for winter will start in June, but you still can do approve. Okay.
okay. Yeah. So and regarding the standards, right? Like EP realize on it. So that it start from August, right?
Yes.
So we need to ask our EP to pay.
No, you can actually start to ask your EP to fill in right now. Why? The August is only is the official date for us as an organization to start measuring our success through complete, and which is why for winter all our most of our customer will have their complete in after August. So which is why it's very important for us to start communicating this down already.
Okay. Thank you.
Understand?
Yes.
Any more question?
Carla,
Yes.
I would ask question about the standard part.
Okay.
Like for the standard 7 visa and work permit, like did you get the document required? But for some, like let's say for Canada, they don't need documents. So does it mean that they will put no here?
Okay, so from here, there's one is not required. Okay, so they will have this one option to choose not required, if not mistaken. Okay, however, I will ask more clarification to see whether is there an example for us to look what will the question looks like exactly. But based on what I know is that there is this called the not required part, and if no, then you need to communicate. That's why communication with your EPs and education to your EPs is very important. You need to always let them know what does it mean by do you provide supports to them or not. So maybe the documents is it can be a booklet on if you what kind of visa that you need, or if you don't need visa, which country doesn't need visa, so you are in this category, that's why you do not need any visa. And when they fill in during the incoming preparation, you need to also remind them again. Okay?
And how about basic living income extra. Then like for my project like P-Box, we don't have any compensation. So we also need to clarify with
Yes.
EPs also.
Yes.
But because we put this and we give this, I mean, my LC fulfill this standard by providing them a project budget.
Yes.
So is it the also?
Yeah, it is. You just need to facilitate. So my recommendation is that set like one of the tips is to make sure the timeline of it right during the preparation process. So what you can do is you can actually set milestone for your project, and then during your spaces, maybe feedback spaces, you can use a 15 minutes or 10 minutes to communicate this to your EPs to do a review of what are the standards that you already delivered to them. Then in that process, when you're doing it, you can actually mention it. So this is one of the things that we are providing, and how do we provide is through this. Okay, and then also at the same time you can ask for their feedback, whether do they think this is efficient or not, sufficient or not, so you can improve for your winter as well. Okay. Okay, Roger, just to double check, only EP themselves can fill in the standard. Yes, only EP can fill in, because the survey will only send to their YOP account.
I would like to ask that if the survey form is just the EP fill in after the project done, and how can we get the survey form to send to the EP?
The system will send it itself. So XY will actually send it itself. So if they go to their YOP account, there's this notification part in their profile, so they can fill in. Okay, and the survey here is a survey to remind them, because not every EP will fill in during their realization time. So the survey is after their realization time end, it will send within 2 weeks. It will send it out to make sure to it's just like a reminder, please fill in like that. It's like how our NPS worked previously. So our NPS, they will send it after 2 weeks after the realization date, right? So this is also the same. So the survey will remind them to fill in. Okay, but during the period of time, during their realization time, they can already start to fill in. That's why you can see right now, the analytics is already show the EP can fill in. And for this, right, let's say you see the EP fill in no, but actually you provide, but because you didn't facilitate that process, or your EPs are not aware, they don't know actually this kind of support is also considered as visa support already, they can still change it. But they cannot change it after the 2 weeks, once the survey is sent out. Okay, so if because after the survey sent out, right, they will receive the a certificate. So the certificate, once the certificate is sent out, they cannot change anymore. Okay, so if the EPs put no, then it means it's no. But before that, you still can change it. The EP still can change it.
Okay, thank you.
Kalisa, sorry for another question.
Yes.
Because I heard from my LCP is that he say all the EP need to apply for the social visa, to fulfill one of the standard, something like that. Then is it true that we need to ask our EP to compulsory for them to apply for social visa?
It is not compulsory for social visa. The social visa here means tourist visa also, because tourist visa is actually one of the social visa. If you know.
It's the same.
Yeah, it's the same. Actually, if you check, social visa means tourist visa as well. So tourist visa is one of the social visa. But if you want to use the volunteering, because some entities they how to say? Okay, so yeah, multiple entry visa is one of the social visa pass.
Single entry as well?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
If you want to ask them to apply PVP for those IGT, then it's not a social visa. It's a business. It's a, what do they call it? There's another name for it already. It's something like a business visa, something like that. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, working visa. Thank you. So it's called a working visa. Yes. So for like all, not social means like not social, socializing. So tourist is one of the social activities. Okay, any question? Ming-Hui, you didn't type down all the questions. Can you help me to type it down?
Okay, so I need to cut out. Okay.
Thank you so much. So the rest they didn't attend, they can still know, right? But it's fine. I still remember some of it. So if you miss out some of it, I will fill in. Any more questions? And then okay. Bye bye. Okay, anyone else have any question? So I'll give like 5 seconds of silence. If within this 5 seconds you have no question, then or if you don't have question, you can just show me like a wave. At least I know there's a wave, or you are still thinking. Okay. Okay. Wave. Not sure all the question. It's fine. It's fine. Anyway, I remember. You can type. It's fine. Later I will type. Don't worry. Anyone else have any question? Wait. Okay. So for Beijing. Okay, no question. So cool. Then we will proceed to the last part, which is what went well and even better if. Okay. So do we need thinking time? If you need thinking time, you type a yes for me. Yeah. Okay. No. Okay. So what went well and even better if anyone has any. Start on time. Okay. Then anyone else have any? What went well even better if more people to attend. Yeah, always. Yeah. Anyone else have anything? Enjoy, colors in. Thank you. Okay. Then what else? Check-in question. Any EBI? I think what went well is that we actually actually use the last EBI, which is we have a minute taker. So the people that cannot attend, they can also refer to the slide. Oh, thank you, Roger, for typing it for me. Fraser, do you have any WW and EBI? Hui Ming, do you have any?
No.
No? Okay, can't think of any currently. Okay, Wei Jing, do you have any?
For www, what I think is the information in the slide is very detailed and the explanation from you is quite clear. So like I just like John Isaac also can understand deliver.
Okay, thank you. Yay. Okay. And do you have any EBI?
Not yet. Still thinking.
Oh, still thinking. Okay. Oh, Roger has. There is more EBI. What is the EBI? There's more EBI. Okay. Or do you really have any EBI, Roger? No. Okay, I think more EBI. One more EBI is that we can have more people to show their face. Like it's like I repeat this EBI for many times, and always Hui Ming very supportive in showing me her face, you know, like. Yeah, thank you so much. Okay. Okay. Is there anything else? Wi-Fi 2 weeks. Okay, I'm shy. Yeah, event has better internet. Okay. Okay, so I will have 3 seconds. If you are still thinking, let me know if you are thinking. Okay, in this 3 seconds. In 3, 2, 1. Okay. Alright, okay. So I think that's all for today. Thank you so much for coming and also sharing so many things. And we'll have another. No, we'll have one more the next month, which is the last one. And the last one we have, and then that's all already. Okay, that's all my term end already. So please attend for the next one. Okay, June one. Alright. So I will send an updates after this meeting to like an output of this meeting to everyone in the email. And if you have any question, feel free to ask me and like just let me know what kind of supports that you need, and I'm always there. Alright. So Roger, what is that? Okay, so that's all lah. Bye bye. See you all physically in my audience. Okay. Bye bye.
Can I?
Yeah.
I want to ask about the lead short thing.
Okay. Wait, let me off the thing. Bye bye.